So you like unboxings, you like monitors. Well, how about I unbox 4 monitors? Hold on, I gotta catch up to the dialogue. They told me it was gonna be 3.
4 monitors!
All the Dell monitors that we're launching this month. Here they are, a 24-inch, a 27-inch, a 32-inch, and a bigger one, 34 wide. We're gonna get these open, we're gonna compare them, and you're gonna figure out which one you wanna buy. Come along! Do you like mechs? This one's stepping right out of the box. Okay, some instructions, plastic bag that doesn't need to exist, but now it's on this earth for 5,000 years. DisplayPort cable, USB cable, power cable, HDMI cable, base. I swear there's a robot that looks like that. Ooh, oh, this is cool. Do I have to, yeah, I do. I gotta screw some stuff. I'm the only tool here required for this. Look at these fins. Hold on, I'll show you. Cool, I like the stylings. This is the baby one. This is a gaming monitor. This is a 240 hertz fast IPS gaming monitor, but it could totally be at your desk at an office. But it's not boring either. Like, this is like riding the line between executive and gamer, and I think that's perfect for a category of product where increasingly there's not really much difference between gamer and workstation stuff. All right, so let's see the other ones. 24.5 inches is for nearsighted people though. I want a 27. I'm pretty sure that's different. Yeah, that's different already. There's no fins on the back of it, and this nub is even different. It's actually smaller somehow? What is going on? Spoiler alert of what the back looks like. Clicks in, no tools required. Oh no, I should have done this first. Any monitor these days that requires any more work than what I just did is doing it wrong, because that is so easy and still so secure. 27-inch version. I like this stand more. It actually has a different finish too. This one's more, I guess it's also plastic, but it's just higher quality feeling than this. All right, and then this one, okay. The first one was IPS. The next one is VA. This third one, also VA. It's almost identical, except it's bigger. The first one, full HD. The next two, 1440p. But there actually are some differences between even number 2 and number 3 here. Oh, big boy. Main differences between these two, which are almost identical, other than the size, is the curve. Number 1, no curve at all. But on the VA ones that are larger, they are curved. So the 27-inch has a 1500 R curve, which means if you made a whole circle out of them, the radius of that circle would be 1.5 meters. This one has an 1800 R curve, so it is less curvy, but it actually kind of looks more curvy from the top just by virtue of it being bigger. IMO. Now let's get the ultra wide out of the box. I ran out of table, David. They're gonna do this on the floor. I wonder if they're gonna have a different, oh, wow, surprise, it's actually the same. I should just mix and match these stands. They'll be none the wiser. All these cables. You need a tall person for the family photo. Stands in the back. This is the 34-inch WQHD Chungus. Like the other VA, this one also has an 1800R curve. Like this. Oh, my muscles.
Shoulder press, please.
Nope, I'm done. Okay, lots of choices. They're all sexy. I'm sure they're all great, but which one's for you? Let's start with refresh rate. 240 hertz, 165 hertz, 165 hertz, 144 hertz. So they're all high refresh rate. 144 hertz is a luxury for a lot of people. 165 is nice bonus. And if you're really competitive, there's 240. So this one's kind of on its own. I would say these three are probably more comparable to each other, whereas this one is the only one that's a fast IPS, not a TN. Man, IPS is just taking over the world. I don't even know if they're gonna make TN panels soon. This is the most gamery one. It's also the only one that is NVIDIA G-Sync compatible. All of them are FreeSync Premium, and you know they're gonna have adaptive sync through HDMI. Now it does not have the G-Sync hardware module in it. That is the next tier up. All right, gamers, how about the gray to gray pixel response time? Obviously, there's a lot of marketing hoopla that goes into this number, but relatively speaking, Dell advertises The fast IPS is having a 1 millisecond pixel response time, where the rest of these are advertised as having 2 millisecond gray to gray pixel response time. No real rhyme or reason to the brightness. This one's 400 nits. The VAs are 350 nits, but keep in mind, they'll still have higher contrast because VAs have deeper blacks. And then this one, which is also VA, is back up to 400 nits. These aren't gonna be great HDR monitors. They don't have direct backlights. They're described as having, I think, a light at the top that gets diffused downward. They are VESA Display HDR 400 certified, which is better than nothing, but it's actually not much better than nothing. It basically means don't use this for HDR. None of these have speakers, so if for some reason you don't have a headset or external speakers, this isn't gonna work for you. But they're not TVs, they're monitors. You shouldn't expect them to have speakers. They're all pretty similar with their height adjustment and their tilt. This ultra wide gets some amount of, you get your 4 degrees of rotation. I guess they just call it slant adjust, just in case, there's a piece of toast under one of your table legs. These ones don't really have that. There's no swivel here. You can just turn the whole stand. But our friend over here, which is interestingly the most gaming one, with a different stand, does have swivel. Actually, that's a bit of swivel. That is decent. And also rotates 90 degrees both ways. Very nice. For I/O, these 3 models are the same, and the ultra wide is a little different. Let's start with the smaller ones. We are looking at 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 DisplayPort 1.2, remember the newest one's 1.4, and an audio headphone port. And of course, there's the upstream USB port, which powers the hub for the other 2 USBs. And there's 2 more over here, beside your headphone jack. Pretty good. Is this a light? Ooh. Then on the ultra wide, oh my God. We again have 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, 1 DisplayPort, but this time it's 1.4, which they needed to push all those pixels for the resolution. Then you got 4 downstream USB 3.0 ports, one of which supports charging, and your upstream port and audio headphone port. I like this curve that comes out. These are nice looking. Feel? I don't know. They don't feel super premium. They're plastic, is what it is. How about the price though, There's no bad products, just bad pricing. $400, $409, $500, $720. Kind of interesting that these are only $10 apart. One being smaller, but faster, the other being larger and darker. I don't know, I'm kind of thinking that this is the one. We're gonna see what it's like to play games on these 2 monitors right after this message from our sponsor, Morning Brew. It's not coffee, it's a free daily newsletter delivered right to you every day of the week. They aggregate everything that's happening in the business, finance, and tech spaces and present it to you in a format that is easy to consume. Now you don't need to go looking for news. You just wait for the notification, open the newsletter up, and read to your heart's content. It might sound simple, that's because it is. So try it yourself. Get subscribed for free at the link below in just 15 seconds. Oh, they have buttons going up the side here for the OSD, but the power button is separated down here by itself, which I like, because there's nothing worse than accidentally turn your monitor off when you're trying to go through the on-screen display. See, it's detecting 239, 240 frames per second. I can't make out that each one of these dots on the ship is actually like 3 little dots, but I can see his shifter stick. I can see the dots in his eyes. There is some blur on the trailing edge of the ship, but if I look down compared to these ones, yeah, these ones are way worse. 240 hertz is nice to have, people. It's very smooth. I like to use the Pursuit camera one to look at inverse ghosting if there's too much overdrive on, because the background's a different color. I don't see a lot of it at all, really, no. Sometimes on the leading edge, you'll have like a white kind of halo. But no, that looks pretty good. Zoop, 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 zoop. Let's play Counter-Strike. Wow, this is very crisp, very crisp. Now, I don't speak this language, but I'm pretty sure that if I did, I could read this. Now, one thing that's gonna differ between the IPS and the VA panels is the gray to gray response time in shadows. Huh. Sometimes you can see on edges like that, inverse ghosting. If you go like this really quickly, there'll be like a little white shadow that comes off it. That looks pretty good. It's not immediately awful. All right, this is more my speed in terms of aspect ratio, because I use a 32:9 at my desk, so I really recommend an ultra wide for, whoa, for productivity. Honestly, this feels like 60 now that I've had 240, but it's not. It's 144, which is supposed to be plenty fast for us. I do feel like this one is a little more vibrant. This is the only one of the lineup that they advertise the gamut coverage in terms of the DCI-P3 color space, whereas the other ones they just said, oh, 99% coverage of sRGB. So it does have a bigger color gamut. It looks a little more like drab, but probably more accurate. But I'm not assessing their color quality because I don't have my measurement tools, and this is just an unboxing. Yeah, it's not as clear as the 240, that's for sure. This is, of course, a more immersive experience with the larger screen and the curve, provided you have a game that really supports it. Ideally, your HUD would be closer in like they have it in Destiny. As someone who's not competitive, I actually probably would take this. Oh, I want this gun. Yes, best gun in the game. Best gun in the game. Best gun in the game. Oh, that's how you use it.
Yeah.
Dave's getting mad watching me. Look how much money I have now. With all that, I could buy one of each of these, and maybe I should, because I can't decide what I want. So that's Dell's 2021 lineup that we have for you today. 4 different monitors, 4 different price points, 4 different use cases. If you like these monitor videos, check out some of our other videos where we focused on just one monitor in one video, kind of less spread out. Maybe you like those. And if you really want a deep dive, head over to our sister channel, Linus Tech Tips, where we go deeper.